Yo, Clan, can Keldon play the 2 if he gets traded? Like, for another team? Keldon Johnson is not he's not a shooting guard. I wouldn't put him at 2 if I'm another team. Am I still shocked that the Hawks gave away the Nets pick for Suns picks? NBA didn't give the Spurs a number 1 pick this year because they saving them for Flag. And that question right there, how old will you think I'll be when Wemby gets his first ring? I genuinely think, like, all right, so let me, hold on. Let's type in Spurs. Let's look at how well the Spurs did this past season. I'll give you a year. And I don't think it'll be much. I don't think it'll be long. If I'm being real, I don't think it'll be long. Can we just see the last seasons? Here we go. What? Whatever. This is fine. No, it's not. This is terrible. This is awful. We'll just go to ESPN. All right, guys. So when it comes to the Spurs, this is what I'm thinking, all right? This guy right here, Wembanyama, he averaged the most rebounds, points, steals, blocks, and would have had the most assists too if the Spurs let him. This dude was absolutely ridiculous this season. He's going to continue to be ridiculous. Now, the question of how long will it take before the Spurs are winning a championship? I don't know the specific year as far as winning a ring, but what I will say is you need this next season to get the blueprint, all right? To figure out, you get Chris Paul, or you have Chris Paul, you figure out what works best for Wemby. You expedite his progress. You're going to expedite Stephon Castle's progress as well, because he has one of the greatest point guards of all time teaching him in the locker room, right? So you're going to have some crazy development going on in this season. It's still a developmental year. Wemby isn't going to see it that way. Wemby's going to see it. I'm trying to win. Let's go and win. Let's do this thing. But it's still going to be a developmental year. It's still going to be a lot of guys learning, right? I think Jeremy Sohan's going to benefit. Devin Vassell's going to benefit. But you still have your main guys there, right? You're going to have Sohan. You're going to have Vassell, Wemby, Castle, and then you start building upon that. 2025 is when you grab some really great players. If you can manage to get Cooper Flag, insane, ridiculous, we're so back, baby. Now, at that point, after 2025, I think Wemby, he's already ahead of schedule, like of any rookie we've seen before. So he's going to be even more ahead of schedule. Still nowhere near his prime, but he'll be ready to make some things happen. But unfortunately, I think in that draft, that player probably still won't be ready to make things happen just yet. But I do see the Spurs 2025-2026 season making it into the playoffs and getting a little experience there. And then after that, you got the 2026-2027, and I think that they will actually be making a run. And then at that point, I think 2027-2028 is when we should expect the Spurs to be on pace to go ahead and win a ring. And that's all mostly coming from the fact that Wemby is that good, and that 2025 is going to take some time to develop. And around that time as well, we're going to be getting veterans and other guys. Like, we're not going to have to rely on the draft as much as we done prior. And what's really cool about how things are set up with the Spurs right now is once you get to, because I think the Spurs will be winning some championships 2027, 2028. Like, I think that's when. So 3-4 years from now, I expect the Spurs to be pretty good, winning some rings. But from there, if you look here, like, okay, our own is going to kind of suck, right? Wait, 2028, where is it? All right, our own is going to suck, but there's no protections for these second round picks. And I think with having all of these second round picks lined up right here, 2028, where you have your own Minnesotas, Denvers, and Pelicans when the Spurs are winning and we're not getting the best picks in the world, you can package these and move up in these drafts, right? You can go into 2029, 2030 is really impressive as well because, yeah, we'll be winning, but we could very well trade away these picks, our own picks, and bring in some more veterans, right? So I'm really looking forward to the coming years, but I'm expecting the Spurs to be really good by 2027. That's the soonest. When you're saying will they win a ring, championship runs, 2027 I think is what we're on pace for. Because guys don't develop as quickly as Wemby develops, all right? 25 draft is crazy, but they're not going to develop as quickly as Wemby. Wemby's a whole nother beast. This doesn't happen. Not normal. But those are my thoughts. You expect him to average 23.7 points per game, 11 rebounds, 3.6 blocks, 35% from three. Out of curiosity, what the heck was what was Wemby's 3-point percentage this last season? I know it wasn't great. %32.5%. Boy, the NBA's in trouble. The NBA's in trouble. He's gonna get much better than this. The NBA is so much trouble because you can't even contest it. It's like all on him at this point. If he's missing threes, it's his fault. The front office set up the team nicely. No big contracts for the next 3 years except for sales. It's perfect, dude. And you can reevaluate, see what guys are worth. And you know, we all know this, and it's because of the Spurs culture, it's because they just enjoy playing there. A lot of players do take those pay cuts, right? They see the benefits of being in Texas, obviously, with taxes, but they see the benefit of being with San Antonio. And San Antonio is very in tune with different cultures as well, right? Not to say other NBA teams aren't either. I mean, players from all around the world play for every team, but I think the Spurs are very unique in that they have a history of winning multiple championships with different personalities and different origins and nationalities. His three looked real good with France. That it did. That 4-point play he did was crazy. Off the backboard. That was crazy. But good stuff.